nuestro secreto mañana.
So I'm checking out of how dare you guys do this? I'm checking out of Garfield. And my best friend tells me,
right, my mom went with her.
So it's me and my mom and my best friend. And I'm like crying, you guys. I'm crying in Mr. Ortiz's
little
in my little thing
office.
And I am like, oh my goodness, like it's done. Like I'm not gonna get to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. And I remember that these girls walk in and they say the fucking hood rat is leaving. And like they do it in front of my mom. Like seriously? And then like the girl, you, the one that threw a slushy at my face, you sit right next to me. And I know it's a long time ago, but it's my mom. Like, you sit right next to me and you start calling me a hood rat. My mom starts looking over at you guys. You guys start talking a bunch of shit and I'm like, are you guys serious? Like, do you guys like don't you guys have like nothing inside? Like, do to me whatever you want, but don't do it in front of my mom or don't do it to my mom, you get me? They go in, they're mocking me, they're telling Mr. Ortiz hi. They leave. And okay, so that girl's right there next to me and I'm in the middle and my mom's right here and my mom's like going over like that to them, like looking at them. And they're going, I don't give a fuck. I'll swing at her fucking mom as well. And I'm going, like, what? Like, really? Like, so much hatred? So they finally leave. My mom starts telling me, like, what's going on? Like, you have to tell me what's going on. Like, what's going on? And, we go into Mr. Ortiz's class and I'm telling him. His office. And I'm telling my mom, like, don't tell him. Like, don't tell him the truth. Don't tell him the truth. And my mom's over here, like, telling Mr. Ortiz, like, how is she doing? I kind of want to, like, transfer her over. And he's like, why would you want to transfer her over to Roosevelt? And she's like, I don't know, Mr. Ortiz. It's just that I kind of... And he starts looking at my grades. And since I had gone to intersection of Mujeres y Hombres, my GPA was not that off. He's kind of like, well, she's not doing that bad. Like, well, why do you want her to leave? And I break down crying. I start telling him, Mr. Ortiz, VJMEA, they're bothering me. He's like, I knew it. And I'm like, what? Yup, I knew it. I knew you got into a fight with Jay. And I'm like, okay. Like, like, thinking it's a positive. He's like, it's because the day you got into a fight, Blanca came into the office telling me, oh my God, Mr. Ortiz, they're all going against Maggie. I feel so bad for her. It's all of them. She's not defending herself. Please do something. Guys, at that moment,
like, what a dumb dean. I'm sorry.
I am like, are you fucking serious? Moron. You fucking had somebody come forward and you seen how they would harass me and you didn't do shit? Are you serious? You're supposed to be a dean, Mr. Ortiz, Garfield High School. Are you fucking serious? You didn't do nothing and you had a student come forward and you seen them harass me? So I'm over here, guys, like, I got like this gut feeling. I started telling him, wouldn't you help me join drill team? He's like, no, Velasquez's not gonna let you in. I'm like, but don't you think if I probably joined drill team? It's because she had told me for me and my friend who kind of like helped them out in the games and then I would kind of just join in next year. No, you're too late. I'm over here, guys, like, still trying to like see if this dean could kind of help me out. He just types it out.
You know, like,
no, y luego he tells me. Mira, y luego me dice que esa girl, he called in Jay in. He didn't even call me in. That he called in Jay and that Jay started telling him, Mr. Ortiz, I didn't fight. Look at my hands. And he told me, Oh yeah, huh? She was dressed in sweats, and it was pretty hot that day, and I'm like,
Well, you know, Bunny couldn't let her into drill team, but he could have helped her.
after I leave, my best friend S leaves. After my best friend S leaves, my friend E leaves. After my friend E leaves, B leaves. Are you fucking serious? You lost 4 students, Garfield High School, because of girls that were harassing us, and you
girls
didn't
that were not even
do
from the
shit.
district.
2 girls were not even from the district. Well, one of them was not from the district, and the other one came from another school. Like, really? These are red flags, you guys. Look at the story that I'm telling you guys. So, the harassing kept going. These girls started going to my house, disrespecting me in front of my house, prank calling me, leaving me harassing messages. I remember that the girl that threw a slushie at my face, like, her mom knew what was going on. I remember once they were calling my house harassing, and I don't know what my mom told her, and the lady got onto the phone and she said she was gonna fuck up my mom. And my mom's like telling her, lady, your daughter's calling my house harassing. And even the girl told me in my voicemail, I don't give a fuck. I'll go to your house and I'll disrespect you again and again and again. My mom knows what's going on. It's not my fault. You don't tell your parents what's going on.
Getting involved.
Like, what am I supposed to do? Tell my parents, apóyame en el pleito?
Dumb.
Like, it doesn't matter how I look. It doesn't matter what I do. My house is my house. Those are my parents. I am not about to go and tell my parents that I'm a fighter, that I'm this, that I'm that. Really? Like, come on. Like, have some common sense. Like, so the harassing guys kept going. The only reason why the harassment stopped is because we disconnected my phone. I transferred to Roosevelt. Guys, I did not want nothing to do with like that Maggie anymore. I completely changed. I stopped going to house parties. I stopped going to the school that I love. And I remember I kept telling my friends, just a semester, just a semester. Oh, just a semester became 3 semesters, you guys. 3 semesters of waste. 3 semesters of me not putting in work, not doing anything. Dying out. Trends die. I stopped putting in work. I don't let haters determine your future. So, the point of this video was kind of like to tell you guys what I would do different. What I would do different is I would have spoken up. I would have took Blanca's hand in maybe, I don't know, if she was gonna go tell Ortiz, hey, maybe would have gonna go tell Mr. Ortiz. Told my friends, took that advice of all the athletes that were telling me to go and say something. Spoke up, said something. It doesn't matter if you get called the ranker. I was still getting called the ranker anyways. I should have better go tell the deans, told my parents, got my parents, E's parents, S parents, B's parents, gotten together, done something about it. Instead of running away from the problem, talking a bunch of shit. So my advice to you guys, the teenagers getting bullied, I know some of you might have like an image like me that you do not want nobody to kind of like know in reality how you are, but I would have a million times of rather preferred for people to have known the truth that I was scared to fight than to have wasted, guys, my years of high school. Like, seriously. If you or somebody you know is getting messed with at school, just speak up. It goes a longer way, and especially now since there's so many social media, and I understand that like fights get shared and there's all these YouTube fights and all these hood fights. Each time I see those fights coming around, guys, oh, like I feel like it takes me back to that day and I have this heart feeling.
Me, I think what I would have done different is this. I'm the bigger sister. I think that I should have just been straight up and told her that I was scared. I think that I should have just honestly been scared, stop acting hard, stop acting like someone that I wasn't, because that wasn't me. I was not going to get into a fight with no one. it was really dumb for me to talk shit behind people's back and try to act hard and put up an image. Another thing that I think I should have done is maybe be there more for my sister. I think that I should have just, like, listened to her, and she should have probably opened up to me, and she would have probably told me her true feelings. Like that, we could have probably connected, and we could have probably gone together and spoke to the deans. If I couldn't have finished my year at high school there, my last year of high school at Garfield, too bad. I was always a drifter because they would always punk me, but I knew about it. I would have just gone to another school and done it. And maybe she would have gone with me. Like that, maybe at the end, lo poquito que me quedaba to graduate, she would have probably met other people in the new high school until like the things cooled down. Deans, they don't do nothing, but hey, you know what? There's always a district. Just go to the district. And we would have worked probably as a unit and more positive. Maybe we would have prevented all this.
Hey, we would have probably like started something new. So I reached out to my friend E. At first, she was like kind of going for it, and she agreed on it, and then she just didn't like respond anymore. I told my friend S to do it as well. Igual, she was gonna come forward, and we were gonna have a sit down and kind of talk about it. She didn't go through with it. I reached out actually to the girl that threw a slushie at my face. She actually, guys, apologized. And I'll go ahead and I'll show the message because I remember running into this girl, guys. I was like 21 years old, and this girl would keep trying to mess with me. It doesn't end there. When I went back in 12th grade, I remember my friend E, because we got a senior page.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember my best friend at that time, because she was my best friend already at that time, she told me, hey, that girl E will throw a slushie at your face. That's your cousin. And her cousin yesterday was saying that she doesn't like you, that because she got into a fight with you, and that she threw a slushie at your face.
She never got into a fight with her.
I never got into a fight with you. Like, and I kept hearing that over and over and over, like her saying that she had fucked me up. Like, it never happened. But I've only gotten into 2 fights. J and J. J in 7th grade, J in 9th grade. Besides that, don't lie. Nobody else got into a fight with me.
But at least when you reached out to her,
she actually was very, very, very mature. Like, I got an apology from her, and her side, well, you guys are going to see the message, and she said that her friend was actually looking.
Well, I'm going to put up the message up.
Yeah. But that's my side, that she said that her friend was actually asking her to defend her. You see how like we could have just sat about it and talked about it, because she's saying that her friend was saying I was bothering her. And I'm like, how? I'm 5'4", she's 5'7", you get me? But it was things that we could have talked about. I reached out to M. She never read the message. I reached out to the other girl, M. She was my friend in Stevenson. She was student body president for my year. I got really offended. I considered this girl like very close in Stevenson. At Garfield, we kind of distant from one another. But like, how can you not remember? I went to go ask you to defend me, and according to you, these girls harassed you after you defended me. When we were at the East LA Classic, when I had to go sit at the Roosevelt side, you were the main one telling me to be careful, that because these girls were a lot of them. When she replied back, you guys, she told me that she remembered that she didn't honestly remember anyone being mean to me. That was good, that I was going to do this for myself, but that she didn't remember anyone being mean to me, and I'm like, so you're trying to say I'm doing this for clout?
Well, she's
come
not lying.
forward.
I mean,
anyone
look,
that went through this, come forward. I would love to like sit down, talk about it, and teach teenagers, you guys, that it's something that could be fixable. I want to teach teenagers, you guys, like if it's not the end of the world, like reach out to your bully. Hey, it'll make you feel better. For me, it did. And I know that probably some people are like, get over it. Because some girls did tell me, get over it. Everyone gets bullied. But for me, it's like the only sad thing that has ever happened in my life, which prevented me. For me, like, I needed closure with this. I needed to like close this chapter in my life because I started working with teenagers as I grew up, and I started seeing on how they would get bullied. And I remember like giving them advice and like telling them what to do. And one day I realized and I said, hey, but I've never gotten closure. I never talked about it. Half of the things that I told her, she was like, really? Because I never said anything. Again, shout out to Blanca for participating. I know at the beginning you were probably like, what the, who is this? But yeah, I really did remember you. You were like a big part of like my high school thing. I always did remember you because of the way you stood up for me that day. For the girls that we did all this video is not a point to like kind of like bash you guys. It's kind of like a video to kind of like, I don't know, for us to kind of like, I would have loved for us to have sat down, came together, kind of like talked about it, gave advice for like little girls in East LA, South LA, Watts, Compton.
Yeah, but who knows?
Come
Even
down, guys.
Chino.
Sit down and let's talk. Like, we were all B-Track girls, Garfield High. We could have been this big old crowd of like girls hanging out. So you guys, if you're somebody you know is getting bullied, speak up and don't be like me. Don't let haters determine your future.
And remember, everybody gets bullied. Not only people that always get bullied, but also
or not girls like
people.
me that everyone's kind of like, shut up, Maggie. Like, you were just mean. Because even the other day I spoke to some guy that I hadn't spoken in years, and he's like, shut up, Maggie. That's why no one likes you because you're mean. And I'm like, why? Because I'm on Instagram doing music videos. All right, you guys. So go ahead and just, if you are somebody you know is getting bullied, make sure you speak up. Don't keep quiet. Don't be like me and, you know, bring it up time after. Because it will make people think, like, is she doing it for clout? Or they'll just think bad, you know? So just go ahead, guys. Share, comment, subscribe. And if any of you have my picture of me getting beat up, be more than welcome. Submit it to me. I will show it out. And I will show kids that if someone like me made it, they can also make it. Bye.
Hi, my name is Blanca Quevedo. I am Maggie Guzman's friend. We met through high school, and we're going to go ahead and talk about her experience with being attacked in high school. Okay, it was in PE, during PE time. Maggie was getting dressed. A group of girls confronted Maggie, and I remember just pretty much being present and hearing what was going on. I remember this one particular girl going up to Maggie, asking her, pretty much letting Maggie know that she wants to fight her for whatever reason. Maggie was refusing to fight. She said she didn't want to fight, and the girl continued to pick on her, and became violent and started hitting her. I remember the other group of girls making fun of her. They were taking pictures of her. I remember just thinking it wasn't fair what they were doing to her, and pulling her to the side and saying, listen, don't let yourself, like, we need to do something about this. This is not fair what they did to you. I think we need to talk to the dean and let them know what was going on. Maggie wanted to run and just not even deal with the situation because it was really scary for her at the time. You know, we were young. And I was like, no, you have to stand up for yourself, for your rights. So she didn't. She made a phone call and just wanted to get out of the school. I myself took this into my, you know, into my situation. I went and I talked to my dean, which was Mr. Ortiz at the time. I asked him for help. I said, during PE time, we need to do something about it. These girls are getting very violent. They're making threats. So there needs to be a solution. he said he would go ahead and contact Maggie and will bring it up to himself and talk to like administrative and find out what they're gonna do about it. I remember like I felt helpless because I felt like no one was there to help us or protect us. So Maggie took it upon herself, and that's pretty much what I remembered after not seeing Maggie in school again. Okay, I think now as a mental health clinician and social worker, I feel this could have been handled in so many ways. Maggie could have talked to a counselor. There could have been a safety plan for Maggie. I mean, the good thing now, there is mental health awareness in the schools, and you could talk to someone and let them know if you're getting bullied, so that way it can stop. At the time for us growing up, there was no protection. I felt like counselors were dismissive when it came to fights, because it was more like, oh well, who doesn't fight? And at that time, which was our era. But how could have this been handled different? Maybe the other group of girls could have gotten therapy. Maybe they're going through some type of like personal problems that need to be, talked about or processed. Maybe helping Maggie how to like stand up for herself and not let this stop the bullying versus like continue, because we don't know if these group of girls continue to bully other girls, and maybe that's something that they've learned as growing up. But maybe there's a lot of ways we can prevent bullying. So I think this could have been handled in so many ways. Something you guys could do if you feel like you are not being heard in school or listened or being supported by any school counselor or principal, something you can do or have your parents do is go to the district. Have them fight for your rights and let them know you don't feel safe at school, and how can they